Here today, we're going to be checking out how Nikkei actually did for the Christmas update, all of the content released in December. We're going to see how Nikkei held up. We already knew that in the beginning of the game's life, being November, it popped off with a nice little $80 million. Yes, they did pretty nuts for that. And again, since the launch of the game, I think that the player base has kind of it's dropped, all right? It definitely has. I did see a lot of hype day one, and then after the introduction of a few things, definitely I have seen a lot of change. Again, the cash shop was a big ruin for a lot of people. Remember, when the pricing is good, whales whale, and when the pricing is bad, only the whaliest of whales whale. So think about that now. That is currently where it lined up. After, again, the launch of the game, the pity system, a lot of stuff has driven away a lot of players. It happened. People are leaving. People say that, oh, I'll come back when it's better, but it really hasn't gotten like too great on the again currency. We're still waiting on that. We'll see when that changes. I keep talking about that every video because it's like, bro, update a little bit here, there, a little gem counts, upped it up a bit, and boom, we're good. But nope, they don't do it, so I don't know. But with it, today we'll jump into this, talk about it, see how December did, how did the game pop off, or if it did actually worse. Way worse? Let's see. So basically, we're using two different sites here. We're using Sensor Tower, and then we'll try App Magic to see how it did specifically. First, we have this version over here, which I don't know what version this is. I have no idea. It's this one. Yeah, and it's only 2 million. Again, it's not like the main version of the game, it's just another version. So $2 million on this version, count that up. We then go over here to the main version of the game. They popped off with a quick, let's round up, 30 million and 20 million, making it a nice $50 million for the second month. Okay, 80 million the first month, 80 million. Again, there's always a drop in percentage of the money. Yes, it's going to happen because the first month is usually the biggest month when everyone tries the game. It's the honeymoon phase, right? It's like, oh, the game is great. Everything's going to be okay. And then it hits a point where it's like, that's what the game is. And people quit, right? So we'll see the third month will break it down for us and tell us what the game's actual revenue is. Because after 3 months, there is no honeymoon phase. The honeymoon phase is the first month, maybe 2 weeks. Depends on how good the game is. If it's a good game, it can extend for a month and 2 weeks. It could. If it's a really bad game, the first week you tell like, this sucks and move on, right? So that's usually how it goes. But with Nikkei, it looks like that December did pop it off with a nice quick 50 million. They did pick up a crap ton of downloads though, 500,000 and 300,000, which is pretty damn good for the game itself. That's pretty good, right? Again, going into here, they really don't show too much of a breakdown on anything. That's why, again, this isn't really the best for using. App Magic has more of a break. So heading over here, we can see the lifetime revenue of the game. It's apparently 100+ million, which is damn freaking good. Again, that's 2 months. That is 2 months of revenue, I think it's counting. If we go for the last 30 days, so this is, again, I'm thinking it's live tracking, let's say. But for the last 30 days, they still popped off for 50 million. Next month, if we see it and it actually drops, you'll find out then. But 50 million, I think the last banner is what, Modernia and Christmas. That's all it was. So with those banners, and again, I know that the Christmas banners sold a lot. We saw that. They sold a crap ton. I think the app actually went trending on Japan when it released. So keep that in mind that they popped off. In comparison to a lot of games, 50 million is a crap ton, all right? So yeah, they're still doing great. That is the truth. It is. I can't lie about that. But again, they have been doing some decent updates. They have been doing some decent stuff, yes. They haven't fixing things. They've been ironing everything out. It's just we haven't really gotten too many like saving things that will help out more for free players and keep more players playing. I think that that's the thing, right? After Chapter 13, I'm telling you, and everyone knows this, and if you don't know this, you'll experience it soon, you just feel like you're getting nothing. Like, there's no point in you playing. Like, your progression halts. It dies, okay? And not in the way that you're thinking, like, oh, it's too hard or kind of like that. It's just, once you hit 160, you're stuck at 160 for a very long time. You are. Once you pass Chapter 13, you're just not getting any rewards. You might be progressing. You might be beating stages. You get like 10 gems. That's like a throw in your face, and that's it. That's all you get, right? So after a point, I don't know if they really like worked on it beyond Chapter 13. They're like, that's all we gotta do. We gotta give it to them up until Chapter 13. After that, no rewards. Like, going to your achievements is so sad. After you play an entire mode, or a chapter rather, and then you're like, oh, that's great. Let me go and claim everything from challenge. And you go to your reward section, you claim like 20 gems and you're done. That's all you claimed after all of that effort, right? So it's like, some things still, it's a very awkward in the game, and it's just some things that I think that can be ironed down. But I want to see, I always end up like talking about the gem count and all that stuff across my videos because it's like, dude, main thing. But we'll see how the game does end up doing. But yeah, they're on the revenue side of things, it's popping off. It's insane how much they're making, right? In comparison to games that recently just launched. And again, I really want to know on the stand, if you think the game is perfectly fine, A-okay, 100%, let me know down below. I'm actually curious. The few things that I do want to see change in just some sort of capacity, I don't know, these things suck, okay? It's like you do all that grinding to try to get like the Tetra mold and all that done and out of the way, and then your probability is garbage. It really is. 50% chance, all right? The amount of people that I know that quit the game just off of these things, it's like you pull it, you're like, oh, I did all that work, I can't wait, and you get nothing. Like, think about that now. It's like the worst possible thing that can ever happen to you. It just sucks, okay? So on some of the mold set of things, they can definitely up it up, and when I say up it up, I don't mean by like 1%. We just got that 1% change, which is like, bro, why? 61% chance now instead of the 60% chance. I think that molds could definitely catch a little bit of a change. This challenge area, right? If you go over here, you head over to the challenge thing. I do want to see the game load right there, but like this could definitely get updated in some sort of capacity to where like the rewards aren't so minuscule. Yes, on Tribe Tower I have to go clear that, calm down, but that can get updated too. If they wanted to, up the daily gem count to like 150, that's 50 extra a day, times that by 30, you're at least getting something extra. It feels like what we currently have in the game is just, it's very slow. It genuinely is, right? Getting gems just takes so long that reaching a pity or anything is pretty garbage. I didn't really claim that, whoops. But again, you should be doing your PvP. You get that every 14 days. That's your reset. You get these events here and there, which is the Wildcat event. You have the one every 2 weeks. You get a free multi from this event, like these ones right here, right? There are some concurrent gems that keep on returning, but it's like, you know, after a while, and when you reach this point in the game, you definitely will see how long it takes to get gems. I've been slowly going up. You get a little extra here and there in some areas, but it definitely is slow. Outpost, it's RNG to get some of those in the dispatch tab. That's there. Yes, they added like the new liberation system. Getting dupes for that, we'll have to see how bad Union Raid actually is. Could be good, could be bad. But if you see, just trying this to bypass that wall of 160, where is it? I passed it already? This, yeah. It'll take you a while. So there's a lot of things that I want to see changed. But what do you want to see changed, right? Do you think the game is 100% okay, A-okay? Do you think there are things they could change, update, and definitely make better? What would you like to see in the game? I'm really curious if they do start listening in the future. Across like, yes, they have listened in some capacity of bugs, fixes, some things that were annoyingly stupid, some little quality of life updates and stuff like that. That's been there, yeah? But I think there's overall some just core aspects that need an update, like ASAP, because it sucks in some capacity. It does. All right, so let me know what you think. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a stay safe. I wanted to talk about it here today. Again, we get a banner every 2 weeks. Now we're getting a banner basically also back to back, because you know some characters release 1 week after each other, so it's like you get a lot of banners. And then a lot of the time, for me specifically also, I can't summon for anything. I summoned for Modernia, and now I only have 2 multis saved up. I can go and get like another fat multi or 2, and then I'm stuck at nothing. That's literally where I'm at. So I'm far away from reaching another pity anytime soon. Playing the game like that sucks, but again, it's usually a gacha game mentality. I just feel this game does have a low gem count in comparison, but I want to see if they change stuff. I'm genuinely curious. Their revenue is super high, so they don't have to listen by any means. They don't have to. They're making a lot of money. Don't know if it matters to them, but yeah, there is that. Let me know down below. What do you think?